Tim, let's talk about Marlins, dude.
Hell yeah.
Put this down a while ago. Then I found some Marlin news.
All right.
And yeah, we kind of went off and was like, what's the deal with Marlins?
What's the deal with Marlin?
Exactly. And what? Oh yeah. Okay. So that the news, a couple episodes, I think it was a couple episodes, might have been last one, whatever.
Yep.
Was these motherfuckers swim crazy amounts
of
open water, right?
Yeah.
Remember, what was the joke? Just got a plane, so we changing the weather now. Because this some bitch like swam from, I don't know, like Delaware or something crazy, like kind of in the New England area, and swam all the way down to Brazil as if it was like, nah, I only live in summer.
Right. It's just like, no. You ever been up to New Hampshire? And they're just like, no, gross. What? It's cold as shit up there. They go, not in the summer. It's okay. You guys got to come with to Boston. Those fish sound ridiculous.
You should see them. It's weird.
Hey, where are you guys from?
Marlins. Yes, I have my hat on for this. I do have a Marlins hat on. So I was I've been interested in Marlins for a while, ever since, because I think the Florida Marlins is awesome. Like, what a good name. Like, how many teams are named after fish? And also, it's kind of badass. To be named after, like, it's a badass fish.
Yeah. Are they the only ones?
In baseball, they're the only ones I can think of. Remember the Minneapolis walleye?
No, the muskies.
Muskies. There we go. Thank you.
Yeah, there was the muskies.
But that was what, ABA?
I can't remember.
Was that even ABA?
That might have been. I can't remember if that was before or after the Lakers.
Yeah.
It might have been like the Lakers
was it
left.
During the Lakers even.
Yeah. Because if people don't know, the Lakers that are in Los Angeles now were from Minnesota first.
Where it makes sense to be named the Lakers.
Yeah. It was the Minneapolis Lakers in the land of 10,000 lakes. And then they got sold to Los Angeles or whatever.
Where there are no lakes.
Yeah. Not real ones. I think they're all man-made, aren't they?
Anything anything that holds water in Southern California that's not salt water is artificial. I truly believe it.
Reservoir. That's not even an English word. It's all fake out there. You took our thing, you make your own damn lakes. I say our thing, I meant our team or whatever. I can't talk. Stupid ass shit. But no, the Minneapolis muskies. Yeah,
that's what it was. Yeah,
we got a shirt that's framed in the cabin.
I know. I love that. I love that.
It's a sick picture.
It is.
Yeah, the muskies, and then I can't think of another fish.
There's one.
And for anybody out there that's just like, what about the Miami Dolphins? Dolphins not a fish, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on, fella. That's a mammal, son.
Sharks. The sharks.
The sharks. There
San
you go.
Jose
That's
sharks.
a fish.
That's technically a fish.
That is a fish.
Yep.
There you go.
And
that's it.
Rays, the
Tampa Bay
technically
Rays,
so
a fish
I'm wrong.
too.
Yeah, but that's also Florida.
Oh yeah. Well, Florida, yeah. Leave it to Florida to make all their fish stuff. Right. Yeah, but I can't think of another.
Yeah. There's one in the minor leagues, the ones that play the St. Paul Saints. Okay. They have a bass as their logo, but they're called like the Lunkers or something like that.
Ooh, yeah. That's just like a slang term for a big fish.
Right.
Yeah, that's a lunker. Oh, damn, he's a lunker.
Right. So you kind of
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But either way,
I like that though. The lunkers.
I know, it's a good name. I think that's what they're called.
I should try to get my hands on one of those hats.
Yeah, I looked into it. I was this close to buying one, and then I found a different one because I was really looking for a hat. That's how I found it.
I found a company that's got a bunch of cool hats, but they're like a golf company.
Yeah, you're talking about Waggle or something like that?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude.
I like their hats, but I'm like, I don't golf, but I'm like, but their hats are cool, so maybe I'll just get one anyway.
Yeah, you should, dude. Just fucking do it. Anyway,
yeah.
Sarah's got one.
They got some cool ass hats, man.
Yeah.
They got like a loon one and some fishing ones.
The loon one is dope. I went to buy one of their shirts and then it said $79.99. I was like, never mind.
Dude, that's why I'm not trying to pull the trigger on the hats because they want $35 for a hat. And I'm like, oh, the hats are like $20, $25. Why do you want $35?
Like,
I know they look like they're nice embroidered.
Yeah, and the material's like thin, and they have these holes in them that make them really light and airy to wear.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'll have to look into it because they have a
go to Shields and just spend
Do they have them at Shields?
Yeah, that's where we got ours.
I just got last night the Wade Park is technically where I live. We talk about St. Cloud all the time, but they got the Wade Park Family Fun Days.
Oh,
and they are a joke. No, just kidding. But they're weird. We host everything during the day where you got like kids events and stuff, and nobody's around for them except for the people that don't have to go to school or work or whatever. It's weird. I don't know.
That is weird.
But anyways, they have a parade and they always hand out like these little frisbees, and on the underside of the frisbee they have these cards. And when you go to the like park afterwards, the cards correspond. It's like a raffle, but it's free.
Oh,
and
sick.
And they don't have like a ton of different things that they give out, but they give out a ton of those frisbees.
Yeah.
And we've been going for years and we never got nothing. Last night, $25 gift card to Shields, bro.
Oh, fuck. New hat for 10, $15.
Waggle. Free sponsorship.
Yeah, if you hear this, Waggle, send us a hat. I want one of those fucking loon hats, dude.
Yeah, for sure. You should send us a hat because I'm probably going to go and spend that $25 on a new tackle box or some fishing gear or something.
If I'm being honest.
I'm being 100% honest. I do want to get one of those hats, but I'm going to be 100% honest. You're going to give me a gift card to a place that sells fishing stuff. I'm probably going to get fishing stuff.
Oh, okay. You might think that what is that called? Is that panhandling? Nope. That's what you do to get free money on the streets.
Yeah. Is it?
Panhandling? Yeah, that's the like shaking a cup for cash.
that's
no.
I've heard the term a bunch. I didn't know that was when you're like trying to get the
I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. Yeah.
That was just called bums.
Oh, fuck. No, I got plenty on Marlins. We just really got off topic and I wasn't going to stop it because it was too much fun. So anyways, we'll bring it back to Marlins now. Okay. These first two lines were really, really cool to me. First of all, I shouldn't say these first two lines. The second line I'm going to say this first one and I'm going to do what I always do. Any of several species of long-nosed marine fishes of the family Istophoridae. Foridae.
Ooh. It's time for Latin, children.
It ends in R-I-D-A-E. How do you say that A-E at the end of a fucking Istophorified? So that's the family.
I bet it's like day.
Istophoridae?
Istophoridae.
Istophoridae.
That sounds like some shit that I would hear the priest speaking when he's trying to cast out the demons, because they always throw out Latin, you know. Istophoridae.
He's got his rosary for the child.
Throwing the holy water on him. Istophoridae. Istophoridae. Oh man, now we need to make a spoof horror movie where we're just screaming Latin fish
names. Just a 10-minute short scary movie for YouTube.
just trying to cast out those demons.
Oh shit, dude, that'd be so good. Oh my god. Okay. All right. Back to that's such a good idea, dude. Okay. So that's the family that any, of several species of large, long-nosed marine fishes belong to.
Dude, that's news to me. I thought marlin was specifically like its own fish. I didn't know that it was like a marlin could be any of the big like sailfish, basically.
Well, so marlins are their own fish still, and they're species, but so like that's the family that they live in, and yeah, so that's the family. The family's it's I don't know how to break it down because we've only done it a few times, but yeah, that's the family. So that's kind of the big group of long-nosed marine fishes.
Okay.
And the reason why I wrote that one down is because, this is pretty broad. Like marlin is a pretty broad topic.
Yeah.
And we'll get into it in a second, but this was the one thing that got me for all this, because you just said sailfish in there. And then this was the thing, because I've always been confused. I'm just like when the first time I ever saw the Florida Marlins logo. Like, what's the difference between that and a sailfish?
Oh yeah, they don't have a sail, right?
They don't have a full sail.
Yeah, they have like a mohawk.
Yes, that's exactly what I fucking wrote down, dude. That's exactly what I wrote down.
I literally didn't even read it. That's what I've always thought. It's like it's not a big wafting thing. It's like it comes up and then it kind of goes to a point at the end.
Yeah,
they have a fin like the dude has on his head. When in the Guardians of the Galaxy that whistles the dart around.
Oh. Right now, because I don't watch those Marvel movies. Like I haven't watched a Marvel movie since Iron Man 3.
Yeah.
So you're just a person with their hand on their head whistling.
You haven't seen the Guardians of the Galaxy movie though?
No, I haven't.
Watch that whole series. I don't care if you don't like the other Marvel movies. Those ones you need to watch.
And it has a lot to do with the music, right?
The music, it's just fun. It's goofy and it's like aliens.
Mm-hmm. It's sci-fi, like spacey.
Yeah, but it's like it doesn't take itself seriously at all.
Yeah, it's kind of a
the
comedy.
Main guy calls himself Star-Lord, and he's like, "You might know me, Star-Lord." They're like, "What?" He's like, "Come on, Star-Lord, you know, never." It's that kind of shit where they're just like not taking themselves seriously, and the whole time it's like jokey. But yeah, right out of the gate, dude, it looks like it's intense, and then it starts in with the old school like 70s like a soul like hey,
oh yeah,
what's the matter? Yeah it's good shit,
nice,
dude. I really those are my favorite.
I can try to
Marvel.
I'll try to give those a shot again, because yes, they have been the most appealing out of everything in that Marvel setup. Okay,
yeah, they're funny and fun. They're not just straight up like this is a
pay attention because this is all lore, man.
They're hardly they're hardly superheroes. There's just a group of people, and some of them are like check it out.
Okay. Okay, Marlin, here it is. Elongated body, long dorsal fin, rounded spear extending from the snout.
Ooh,
that is the key. That's what I didn't know.
Okay.
They're round, dude. That big long spear, it's round.
Yeah.
Swordfish have like a fucking sword on the front of their nose.
Yeah, dude.
Which I didn't realize that either. Like
I've seen them use it, dude. There's videos where
they totally use it. That is in my upper notes. Like, so for a while here, I'm just going to go through the things that are common between them. And all billfish. Yeah. They literally use their bill to eat with. Like, it's their hunting mechanism. They're out there sword fighting all day, baby.
And they just like stab it and then they'll like throw it off their nose and then eat it like normal. Because I always thought
They
like,
whack it too. I've seen them just whack it.
oh, have you just walk up and just give it a tap?
Yeah,
Whack.
just like fucking swing, good side swing, like a
dope,
like a like a broadside hit from a sword.
Just a billy club.
Yeah, there you go. Yep.
Yeah, that's dope. I didn't know that, but like even when I was a kid, like I always thought it was just like a maybe self-defense thing, like if anything tried to come at it, because I know that fish always try to like eat other fish like face first.
Oh shit.
So they try to go at like the head, or sometimes they'll T-bone them, but like depending on what they're at they'll go at the head.
Okay.
A lot of times.
I never knew that.
So I thought maybe they were trying to like go at the head and they didn't want, like that was their defense mechanism.
The ones
like,
with the long noses, no one could fucking eat them. So they evolved into being the winners.
yeah, exactly. Try to eat me. You're going to die.
You're going to fucking stab yourself to death.
eat my face, you'll run yourself through.
Right.
Go for it. Do it. I don't give a shit. But I always thought like that it's their nose and you don't eat with your nose. How do you eat? I didn't know that they were smart enough to like stab it and then throw it off their nose and then eat it. Like,
yeah,
the fact that they have a brain that knows that they can just like, and throw it off of their nose to eat it is like, the fish that we have in our water, I don't think are smart enough to do anything like that.
It seems like it's a smarter type of fish, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean,
it does.
Speaking about marlins.
I mean, it has a freaking weapon, dude.
But yeah, right. All billfish have a weapon and they know how to fucking use it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's just that, I don't know if the ocean fish do have like a little bit bigger brain or whatever too, but it's like it's almost like they're more like closer on the level with dogs. Cause I talked about it with sharks too. Like a muskie and a northern, you catch them, they have their teeth, but they're not going to reel back and try to like bite you.
Right.
Because they feel threatened, but theirs is just like, I got to swim. I got to get away. I'm going to flop.
They don't have that instinct to use their mouth as a defense mechanism.
Yeah.
Right.
But a shark, like if you catch a shark, you try to grab it by the tail, it'll swing around and bite you.
Right. It has the ability to think that it has the ability to think, to use its mouth as a weapon. And again, with the billfish, they have this ability to use their nose as a weapon. It's literally just an extension of their jaw from everything I read.
An extension of the jaw?
Yeah, like it's connected to their jaw. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's like hinged or whatever. Yeah.
Well, it's just, it's like connected to their skull.
Yeah.
If it's like their top lip in a way.
Right. That's funny.
That's a weird way to get it, right?
That is a weird, just like your top lip is just formed in a freaking, that's nuts.
A giant fucking sword.
But it's got to be like, it's got to be hard and stuff. So it's not like squishy.
Oh no,
like
it's
ours.
a bone. It's
yeah,
like
it is a bone.
Part of their,
okay,
it's part of their structure. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. I knew it was hard, but I didn't know if it was like cartilage or if it was a bone or whatever.
Yep.
I wonder if they can use it like you know how like the fish have lateral lines. I wonder if that kind of works like a tuning fork.
Oh, dude, that'd be crazy.
Yeah, you could
like. I wonder if they have extra feeling in it or something.
Yeah, just because it's like this long pointy thing in front of their face,
right?
That it takes like less. Any little vibration, it can hone in on it.
Yeah. Well, and that was part of what we talked about in the news too, of like, hey, they're doing science on these fish because we don't know that much about them. And I'll say a lot, but truth is, we don't know too much about Marlin. Even
makes sense.
I picked that up from the articles, and some said it outright. You know, there's. After doing freshwater fish enough times,
yeah,
the amount of information that I could find on marlins was much less detailed, I think. And and we'll see that because basically there are 4 kinds of marlins, and we'll cover them all here in the next 40 minutes or whatever. Where there's how many different kinds of bass. It would do a full episode on just largemouth. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I don't know if we could do a full episode on each one. I don't think, because okay. So anyways, 4 species that are generally accepted. There are a number of species, that's a quote, of marlins that have been named, and there's 4 that are generally accepted. The blue marlin, the black marlin, striped marlin, and white marlins.
Oh, damn, dude. I didn't even know there was striped and white.
Right. I had never heard of white marlins before. I knew there were striped ones. I'm not exactly sure why. No exact clue, but it didn't feel brand new. But white marlins, I was like, what?
I wonder if they're colored like how a great white shark is, where they're not really white.
Yeah.
It's just, is it? Did you
totally,
look into it?
Dude. The colors of these like have nothing to do with their fucking names. That's not entirely true, and we'll get into it as we get into each one, but it's not
like that Dimitri Martin
a white marlin
joke with the. It's like that Dimitri Martin joke with the oranges.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, just like what are these? That's orange. They're oranges. And then they hold up a carrot. All right, what do we call these? Fuck. Long pointies. But it's probably the same thing where they're just like, look at this. I'm Marlin. I found it. I'm gonna call it a blue marlin because it's blue.
Right.
And then they find another marlin that's like an offshoot of blue.
Yeah.
They go, that's a different kind. And they go, fuck, we used blue already.
Now what? We call this one long.
It's
long
whiter.
pointies.
Yeah. You could call it a long pointy. It's whiter than the other one. Great, perfect, white marlin, whatever.
There it is.
Move on. We're never gonna find another one of these. We only found one. Nobody knows anything about these.
Right.
Nobody ever will.
Nobody ever will. And so part of the reason why we don't know is exactly what we found out in that news article is they're wanderers. That's literally a quote on one of the articles they're ocean wanderers, that I have wanderers in quotes in the doc. And that's crazy that they're found all over the world. Like they're just fucking out there, man.
Yeah. Could you imagine, like, especially back in the day where they're trying to do research on the marlin and they're like, I know it's the ocean. I know it's big. They were here yesterday.
Right.
And I'm looking and I went hundreds of miles in either direction.
Right.
And I can't find them. I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
Right.
It turns out they're in Brazil, brother. You got no shot.
No shot. They just fucking took off.
Gone. They went south and they kept going south. You had to start yesterday. If you like when you found them, you had to go with them in order to research them.
Right.
Because they're gone. That's
And they're fast. They're fast as fuck. And I didn't find anything.
Yeah. Have you ever seen one in captivity either?
What?
Have you ever seen one in captivity either? I've been to plenty of aquariums.
Right.
I've never seen a marlin in any place.
No, never.
You never even caught, you got dolphins and stuff you can research.
Right.
There's a lot of ocean fish that you can study.
Right.
I've never seen a marlin.
Never.
But also, like, they're wanderers. They're built for speed.
Right.
What would happen if you put them in a tank?
Yeah. Would it just die because it can't go fast or something? You know what I mean?
I wonder if they've tried before.
Yeah. Is that why we don't see them in aquariums? Say, who's an aquarium out? Who's running an aquarium out there? Hit us up.
Yeah. What's going on? You guys know about this? There's some sort of a story where it just like freaked out and killed 3 people.
It just started stabbing motherfuckers.
Just use its sword face and it's just like, this will not do. And just
you're in the aquarium tunnel and they're like, oh, and here comes our marlin. His name is Jason. He's killed 3 of our zoologists. Just stabbed him.
Just starts clubbing all the other fish. You're weak. You let him catch you. I'm not here on my own. They're going to let me out one way or another. I got to do another one. You let me out. Just keep smashing all the other fish, and it's screaming at the people that are trying to feed them.
Right.
They just come in. They're just like, you guys here for the feeding? It's the feeding hour. And you just see like they start putting food in, and then all of a sudden the marlin jumps out, and then a body floats back in with a single, like looks like a bullet wound.
Just a human on top, looking like they just came out of a murder mystery.
Dude, we're writing this horror movie as we speak.
Yeah, we are, dude. You're right.
Marlin in a thing and now it's possessed. So you got to have the
Yep, the priest come in.
That'd be funny if he was just yelling his own name at it.
Marlin, no,
Marlin. or the I'm talking like the Latin one.
Yeah, I know.
Where it sounds like Latin, and then people like in the like subreddit or whatever. You guys know that you just yelling Marlin in Latin at the Marlin.
Okay. Yes. This is, I want to get back to the general stuff. Females are bigger than males. Okay. No surprise there, right?
Yep, that's pretty par for the course.
Yep. Yeah, you've said that so many times. You're just like,
yeah.
It's always the females are always bigger than the males when it comes to fish, like almost always.
Yep.
20 something for like every species for age.
Oh, they get into their 20s?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
A lot of the fish around here, I think, make it to like mid-teens for real big ones.
Okay. That's pretty good.
But that's I wouldn't say that's average though. They say 20 something is like average.
Yeah. It was just like,
I suppose when you're like
a 20-year-old marlin, sure.
Yeah, I wonder what the average lifespan for like a muskie is. Because you're talking like that's not an apex predator because you have the sharks, but they're up there, you know?
Mm-hmm. Right.
They don't have much to worry about except for giant ass sharks.
Except for sharks. Yeah. That's literally the only thing that I saw in all the, in doing all this research was like, yeah, I mean, sharks eat them.
Yeah. And they're armed with a sword. So like
right.
The shark's got to be crafty.
Mm-hmm.
These things are built for speed too.
Oh,
in a drag race, if a shark tries to get at them,
no fucking chance,
how fast.
Dude.
I don't know how fast they accelerate, but if they get up to speed, the shark's not catching them.
No, not
They're
at all.
fast as shit. Bro.
Super fast.
You ever seen the videos where people are fighting them and they go down and like they'll jump and they land in the water, and then they jump like 10 seconds later and they're like a football field away. Like, Jesus Christ, you went from there to there in that amount of time. Right. That's nuts.
It's crazy, dude.
It's so crazy.
They are so fast. I mean, they are just built for it.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it.
Right.
I didn't find anything that just flat out said speed in like the documentations that I was reading.
Right.
They've definitely got speed on them. I saw some YouTube video thumbnails and stuff like that, and I was like, nah, it's not the kind of research that I'm doing right now. But they're fast. Yeah. I mean, just look at the fish. Oh, yeah. It's fucking built for it. Look how far it can go. The other thing that got me, this is a thing, just marlins in general, before we get into each individual one.
Yeah.
They do what we already talked about. They stay higher up in the water.
Okay.
And they swim around and whack fish with their nose. Like, that's what they do. So, like, what the fuck was that one doing way out by the Mariana Trench? Like, literally the middle of the ocean.
Yeah. Sightseeing.
It's so fast, right? It's like the plane and it
just on vacation, man.
Yeah. So,
or maybe you got lost. I don't know.
That actually.
How do you know your directions out there?
How the fuck
when you're a fish?
Right.
I don't know.
We don't even know how birds really migrate. We're like, I don't know, magnetics or something. They got fucking magnets in their brains. We're like, yeah, magnets, dude. How do magnets work? Definitely birds use magnets.
Yeah. I'm sure the water has something to do with, like, they talk, the moon phases and stuff. We talked about that.
Oh, yeah, sure. Mm-hmm.
And just the moon currents, comes out.
They must know the currents. Like, you can feel the water change or something.
They can feel the moon pull to the left or whatever.
Right.
I got to go that way because the moon's pulling me that way.
Moon says.
Dude, that's so gnarly. But yeah, maybe they did get a little bit lost because you got people. I mean, that's one of the biggest things that they say with people when they get in the ocean is that like when you can't see shore, you're all disoriented and you don't know which way you're trying to swim anymore.
Right.
So like how the fuck do fish know? I mean, I know that we're not made to be in the middle of the ocean, so we don't have whatever
The
instinctual
same nervous
shit they got going on.
yeah.
But I don't know, man. I like when they're in the water too, it's just a literally giant slate of nothingness when you're in the middle of the I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't get it at all.
Me neither. Super wild. And even after doing research, I'm still saying me neither. Again, we just don't know that much about billfish in general, but marlins, we just don't have a ton. Also, if you're trying to go out and fish marlin, I suggest reading up on the Billfish Conservation Act. It's pretty new, but basically it's just like you can't sell billfish. No more selling them.
Oh.
Because most of them, I guess, were bycatch. You know, like people out catching fishing for tuna. And they'd have squid on the line or whatever to get tuna. Well, fucking marlins eat squid. And so they would eat it. And then the commercial fishermen would keep it because they could sell the marlin. I mean, it's worth a lot of money too. It's not the tuna they were hoping for, but they can catch it. And because they're commercial fishermen. So that was my understanding. And the Billfish Conservation Act. I read it really quickly, but yeah, I mean, it really just boils down to like, you can't sell billfish anymore. So if you're looking to go fish them, you know, just read up on it a little bit.
Yeah. That's crazy. I didn't know you. That's weird, but I'm sure you can still keep them because people mount them and put them on their walls all the time. Yeah.
This was totally expensive. Commercial related. And that's why I said, like, just kind of read up on it because I think if you catch it, like, you have to keep it. Like, there's nothing you can do with it.
Oh,
like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're out on a guided fish, they can't keep the billfish. And so they're, you know, if you catch a marlin and they can't keep it and then sell it on the side or anything like that. So they probably don't want it. And, you know,
that makes sense.
Yeah. I'm just saying kind of.
I think they might be able to release them though. You just can't actually bring them in the boat. You gotta like take the hook out while they're in the water.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I remember when we were the town we grew up in.
Yep.
There was one kid I was friends with when we were younger, and his dad was a lawyer. Mm-hmm. And that was the first place I seen a marlin in like real life. He had it on the wall.
On the wall.
Like, God damn, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My aunt had my grandpa's sailfish. That was the first time I seen one.
That's the same. If anybody else has been listening to this podcast and you know how I told the story about like having to go home because I watched too many Child's Plays in a row.
That was that family?
That was, and then we drove home and the car was like a spaceship because he had like a Mercedes wagon and it had so many buttons. I'm like, damn, lawyer with money. got a spaceship of a car that you brought me home in and a marlin on the wall.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, that's a guy that like I'm like jealous of that fish, but at the same time it's weird because he doesn't fish.
Right.
It's just one of those power play money move type deals.
Yeah,
like,
I hate that. I'm
gonna pay somebody to go catch the biggest fish just to show that I've done it.
Yeah.
And then you go, oh, you big fisherman? No, not one bit. I've conquered the sport. I won't do it again.
Done. I already fucking Kobe'd it. So who cares? So here we go again. Blue marlin. Macaya nigrican.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That was scary.
Yeah, I know. That's why I paused for a while.
Oh my gosh, dude.
You see it?
Nigrican.
Yeah.
That one's just the blue marlin's trying to get us canceled.
Yeah, I'm not going to say that one again. But you spelled it out for me, Tim. So we'll just leave it at that.
I think so. It's I don't even know how you say the first one.
Macaria.
The eyes before that though, so it's like Macaria,
Macaria?
Macaria, and then it's Nigricken.
Yep.
That one's so scary.
Yep. I don't like that.
I don't like it either.
So that's the blue marlin, the largest billfish in general.
Oh, geez.
Which was cool. So, you know, going back to the talking about sailfish and marlins and stuff like that, it's like what?
Just, at least they put that one on the blue marlin.
Oh shit, that was good. If you're listening closely, you got it.
You get it.
This is the largest of the billfish. I thought for sure there was going to be something bigger. Like I thought there was going to be a big sailfish, and I think that's just because of the fin. Like just the sail, you know, has this like artificial largeness about it. I think because how you said like marlins, they just have that mohawk like over their head, big old fin, and then it just kind of falls off and goes down their back. And so I thought, nah, there's definitely going to be a bigger sailfish. Nope, blue marlin, largest of the billfish, 1,000 to 2,000 pounds.
Hell yeah, dude! I knew that the blue marlin was the biggest one because the bodies are stout. Like I always knew that the sailfish were like a little bit smaller body than the marlins. When you look at them, you can always see that the bodies.
And you mean dude, like they're still narrow and hydrodynamic from a like swim forward standpoint, but you mean like they're broad fucking sided.
They're thick, dude. They look like just a tube of muscle.
They fucking are.
They're stout. Yeah. Like if you see them from like a front angle.
Sure. Okay.
Like they're thinner or whatever, but they're wide.
Yeah, and you look at them sideways.
Like if you filleted fish before, you know that like it's a spine and it's just muscle,
right,
all the way down. So it's like just two giant. You know, I don't know how many muscles there are, but it's just meat the whole way down.
Right.
They're thick.
Yeah, I never thought about it that way, but you're right. Yeah. You're totally right. Yeah. I just couldn't believe it. I was like, a ton? They weigh up to a ton? It's like a fucking cow swimming around in the ocean, dude. That's nuts.
Yeah, dude. They get big as shit.
Yeah, I guess so. So these are actually deep blue. They got that silver belly on them.
Yep.
And so they are sort of striped, but all the stuff that I saw, the stripe, and they said this too, often lighter vertical stripes. And
it's
they're like
almost not there.
Almost invisible. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
They're so hard to see.
Yeah.
Like
that's why I see pictures sometimes where the stripes pop a little bit more. And immediately I'm just like, somebody's been messing with the contrast settings or whatever. Like just that like that's not natural.
Right.
Yeah,
for sure. The dark or the blue marlin has just this dark blue about it, and it's just pretty much what it is. And it's pretty wild. They're all kind of like this, not the striped ones so much, but like they have that. When you were saying that nose, what's the line that runs through fish again?
Lateral line,
dude. Yeah, it's almost like their coloring is a lateral line on the marlin. There's just like this hard cut on the blue ones. At least there's just like this hard cut line. There's a silver and a blue.
Cough time.
Yeah, no, I had to clear my throat. Yep. I thought maybe you'd pick. Anyways, doesn't matter.
No, I didn't even know what to say right there. So I just, I was like filling the void for any audio listeners. So it's not just like, did my shit cut out? I'm just like, no.
So they have worldwide habitat. As I've already said, this is kind of normal stuff, but they spawn near Cuba between May and November.
Whoa.
Right, dude?
Weird. So they are definitely just like warmer water fish.
Yeah.
Near Cuba from May to November. So like
That's like barely warming up to just starting to get cold, right?
Well, for around here. But
Well, the
what's
whole
Cuba
northern
like?
hemisphere, but yeah, I guess I don't know what Cuba and stuff.
Yeah, because their shit's weird. Like
Caribbean down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Right? It's so weird. It just makes me do.
When
Yeah.
I don't even. The funny thing is when you talk about spawning for like any ocean fish, I'm like, oh yeah, they got to do that. But like, where does it even happen when you swim
Yep.
all the way out there?
Yep. That's the other thing. I could like basically when we talk about freshwater fish, we say, oh, they like to build beds in this, and then they do this and whatever. They're just like, I don't know, somewhere around Cuba from May to November, probably.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's all I got. I spent hours researching this shit, dude, and that's all I got. Yeah.
They just give a ballpark.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? And there's no like they do it in beds. They just say many eggs are produced. Like, yeah, duh. You don't have to tell me that part. I just that's easy to assume. These are giant fucking fish. Millions of eggs, I would assume. Anyways,
just picture them sitting around talking about like, how do we know when they spawn? And then just one guy's just like, down in Cuba, I was on a vacation, seen one with a baby. When were you down there? It was years ago. It was, I mean, anywhere from between May to November. I can't. I just
can't remember this.
They go, whatever. If I can put it up, put it down.
Write it down. This was crazy to me. 3 to 6 feet in the first year or two. God damn, that's a big fish, dude.
They get, yeah.
That's big.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
In the first 1 to 2 years.
Yeah.
That's still pretty crazy, though, to think that you could be out fishing. Like,
I know.
I only picture them to be huge.
Sure.
And then to like be out fishing, you catch like a 3-footer.
A 3-foot Marlin.
Oh my God.
Yeah, dude. That'd be gnarly to hold. That would be
so crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be so sick.
Yeah, dude.
I wonder what it's eating at that point in life. Probably just small fish.
Smaller
you're just
fish.
out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just out there trying to catch smaller fish.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I didn't look into this anymore. Did you have it? Did they have any information on? I suppose not, huh? Like what they do with like the life cycles and stuff. Are they on their own fending for themselves at 1 year old? Do they?
Yeah.
Like some of these fish are like pack creatures that all stay in a school and kind of like eat and stuff. Are they?
Yep.
I don't know.
Nothing.
It's crazy.
They didn't really. Nope. There wasn't like they school up or anything like that. I've seen feeding frenzy videos.
Yeah.
Where, like a big pile of sardines is swimming around and it attracts everything.
Yeah.
And so I've seen in videos like that, this is BBC stuff, where there's been more than one billfish there. And so they, in a way, they sort of team up because they know how to use their sails and stuff like that to distract and round up the fish.
Okay.
And so it's like they work together.
Yeah.
But nowhere did I see that they're pack animals, that they like travel in groups or anything like that. It was nothing, dude. Just nothing about that at all.
I wonder if there was ever, they tagged that one. However, they were able to tag that one so they could actually follow it or whatever.
Yep.
I wonder if there'd be some way that you could put some sort of like a 360 cam on it.
Sure.
But I know that the
now.
battery life wouldn't last long enough to really get a lot of.
Right.
But if you could put like a 360 cam that would just like snap a still image, like once every
hour, 10 minutes,
hour or whatever, and just keep loading it on there, and you'd have the battery life to be able to do it for like a couple of months.
Right.
And then you just have to track that guy down and get your camera back somehow.
Yeah. Well,
and you'd be able to get pictures.
But you just have different equipment on it,
Yeah. And you'd be able to get different pictures of where they're going, especially if you could get it in like the months between like May and November, just to see like, if you get a baby in the picture or whatever, just be
if it's hanging around, like if any of the youngins hang around.
Yeah, because the 360 cam I think would open up some, because just having the camera point straight
in
ahead,
one direction,
whatever,
makes it difficult to.
But you put a 360 cam on there, you take a still frame, and then you're seeing what its surroundings are.
Right.
That would be cool. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's a great idea. Okay, black marlin. Istiomapax indica. That's a good strain of weed, dude. The Istiomapax.
Istiomapax.
Yeah.
Istiomapax indica. Istiomapax indica.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I fucking watched Super Troopers on some Istiomapax indica, dude. It was great.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Nice. Snozberries taste like snozberries.
And these are still big, 1,500 pounds or so. So they're no tiny guy. These are indo-pacific species. So they are over, they're over there on the other side of the North American continent. Indo-Pacific is exactly what you think it is. Indian Pacific Ocean, moving around. Again, they're all worldwide. So like, Indian Ocean, Pacific Ocean, don't give a fuck. It's going wherever it wants to go.
Yeah.
Dark blue or like a blue grayish color with a silver or light colored belly. Again, with the hard cut line. So, they're just so fucking similar. They just on the other side. One other thing that I thought was cool, the pectoral fins are super stiff and really take some force to flatten them. I mean, they basically said like the pectoral fins are hard as fuck. And I was like, this thing's got wings, dude.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Could you...
Maybe that's another...
Think about it. If you had to push the fucking wings in on a fish.
Yeah.
That'd be wild.
And some of them are like, I wonder if... But if you can push them in, they must be able to flex still.
Yeah, it sounds like they can still move. It just says they're super stiff.
They're just stiff.
Yeah.
Weird. I suppose they just never have to move them.
Right. Yeah. They just probably tilt them, right? To go up and down. It's like fucking wings.
It's probably all it is. Yeah, just some rudders, just little tiny movements, and that's all they need to do.
Because the pectoral fins are the ones that come out of the side. Their arms. Their little arms.
Yeah. Yeah, they're little. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wonder if it's like literally because they just do this constantly. They're just jacked as shit.
They're like those dudes that can't fucking move their arms too lower. They're just locked in a position. The shoulders are too big. They can't fucking touch their hands together.
Right. Every time somebody says that, I think about like back in the day, the Home Improvement. It wasn't that. Tool Time. No, it was Home Improvement, wasn't it?
Tool Time
was the whole show.
Yeah. Tool Time was the show that he was on.
Home Improvement actually. Yeah. He does that one thing. He's got his head through like a cardboard cutout with a guy that's like all jacked. He's just like, Maria, I may scratch my back. He can't move his arms back.
That's good.
Just stuck. Oh, yeah, man.
That's good.
Maybe that's all it is. Just jacked.
Maybe.
I know like little movements help. I'm a driver.
The twitch muscle.
And I drive a manual transmission van.
Mm-hmm.
My left calf is more chiseled than my right one because I'm working that clutch. all the time.
Dude. That's so funny. But it's true. Yeah. I mean,
so maybe it's just those little movements and they're just jacked as shit.
Yeah. The black marlin also, last little fact, has the shortest mohawk out of all of them. Yeah. Nice. So it's big. I mean, it's the second biggest, but it's got the shortest dorsal fin out of all the billfish. Kind of interesting.
It's funny how that works.
Right?
It's just like the other side of the land mass.
Right.
Is the same fish, but a little bit smaller with a smaller mohawk, and it's colored a little bit different.
Yeah. And a little bit different too, man. You fucking...
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's almost the same fish.
You're
except for you got this fish over here, that fish over there, and no way for the two to connect
Right.
and thousands of miles of land between them.
Right.
So weird to me.
I know. This fish, like marlins in general, it's fucking crazy. The more we get into it, it's crazy. I agree with you. Okay, striped marlin. Oh man, this is a cool fucking word, but I do not know how to say it, of course. Akajika? It's almost Japanese, so I think I got that one right. Kajika?
Yeah. Kajikia.
Kajikia. Okay.
I don't know.
Kajikia.
Like, I mean, that's how you spell Kia.
Adux. Oh yeah, it is.
Kajikia Adux.
Yeah, it sounds Japanese, doesn't it?
It does.
Kajikita
Adux.
Adux.
When you put the K's and the J's in there, and then the Adux too.
Yeah.
Adux sounds Japanese, but I've never seen a Japanese word spelled like that.
No, exactly. It sounds like it though, especially when you put it next to that other word that looks and sounds Japanese.
Oh, Kia is Korean. It's Korean.
Yeah.
Kajikia Adux.
But we grew up with Japanese culture. Korea's the hot shit now. So we're saying Japanese because we grew up in the Japanese era.
I know. It does sound Japanese because I don't know how like the Korean language sounds, but it does sound Japanese.
Yeah.
Kajikai Adux. Because it's like the pausing of it. Makes it feel more.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I should be like.
Right.
I don't know. I just feel like when I say it, I picture like the cute little Asian lady that's like kind of always like they're like just kind of smiling.
They do those like little tiny bows.
Yeah. You ask them a question and they don't have an answer for you because you just like
because they don't understand English, so they're just
what do you recommend on the menu?
Right.
Kajikia Adux.
Yep.
One of those, please.
I will take that, and then you're like, dude, Black Marlin, I fucking got that one. Did you hear
that? got it. Hell yeah.
Striped Marlin. Sorry, striped Marlin.
Oh yeah, striped Marlin.
Another Indo-Pacific. These are small because they're typically under 225 pounds for a fish.
Okay,
it's still a big fucking fish.
That's a big ass fish, still, man.
They still get up really 400, so you got to think the females must be in that like bigger, getting up to that 400 range, right?
Yeah.
And 225 is no fucking small fish, dude.
Dude, the biggest muskie is like 50 pounds.
Jesus Christ.
I think that's the biggest fish we have in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe. I don't know what the record is for catfish, but still.
Yeah, that's a good point because there are like 100-pound catfish, but I don't think they get that big up here because I just don't think they can. I don't think they can survive.
But even still, 100-pound catfish is like still the biggest catfish in whatever state that happened to be in. Right. And it's still half of the average.
Right. Of the average. Right. Good point. Yeah. That's crazy.
That's a big fish, man.
Yeah. So the striped marlin have this dark blue top to more blue, more of that less deep blue like the blue marlin, with a white belly and these white vertical stripes on them. I mean, if you see this thing, I saw some that were fucking almost zebra-like, dude. They were so...
Like, for real?
And not zebra-like in the sense of like... that random pattern, because they're stripes. I mean, they're just like they're a very set out pattern, just bam, 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 all the way across the side of the marlin. But they were just like they were white stripes on this really dark fish, dude, and they're vertical. They run top to bottom on this fish. They stick out. You see it striped, and it's fucking striped, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Because the other marlins, they can have stripes on them, and they're very light. Like we said with the blue marlin, they're very light colored. Like they really don't stick out. They're kind of like, it doesn't even really have stripes. This thing's got stripes.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
So these things, they spawn off of Mexico in the central, and they're kind of in the central Pacific, but again, they're Indo-Pacific, so they're all over the place. Found found a place that was willing to say there's a hot spot for them where they're spawning and growing and stuff like that off the tip of the Baja Peninsula.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, well, damn, look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was pretty cool that they kind of like have a hot spot, I guess.
Yeah.
For those. But they're still all over the ocean. They're still an Indo-Pacific species. They're still going all over the place.
Yeah. Just traveling all over.
Yeah.
That makes me wonder even more so, like, do the fishermen know what they're doing? Like, I mean, they got to have a good idea, but I wonder if they're just like, I caught one here once.
Right.
Do they have even, like, they're like, I've heard a lot of people catching them this time of year.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to try to fish around here, but do they even really know exactly what they're doing? And they're just like, I'm going to go out to the drop off.
Right.
We're going to troll baits.
Yep.
And hope we get something's attention.
Yeah. And it sounds like what you just described is how you fish for marlin. Because again, going back to what I was talking about with the Billfish Conservation Act.
Yeah.
Most marlin, everything I came up with is like marlin aren't threatened as far as fishing goes and commercial fishing goes, but like we don't know enough about how many there are and stuff like this. So we're just going to kind of put an end to what is essentially bycatch of tuna fishing.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know that anybody knows.
Right.
It would be cool. Hey, if you're like a marlin guide and you actually have like a tried and true that you're willing to talk about, hit us up. reallyf.tv/contact.
Yeah.
It'd be cool. But yeah, it sounds just like it's bycatch. Like here, maybe you have a better chance about striped marlin, but I mean the tip of the part of a continent, right? Like,
right.
I mean, how specific is that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyways, so the white marlin, the K dot, I don't know why it is just K dot.
That's weird.
Albida. Yeah.
Albida.
Or albida or albidius. Albidus. K dot albidus or K dot albidia. It has both. There you go. It goes by both.
Albida or albidus.
Yeah. No idea why it has two names, but it did. These are in the Atlantic only, and they're the smallest. Oh, so small. They're only about 100 pounds.
I bet that K stands for that same word as the last one.
I know. That's what I was thinking too.
Kajakia albedia?
Right.
Albedia? Kajakia albidius. Sounds right.
It does. Has a good flow to it.
Yeah, it does.
I had some length on some of these, but yeah, these are about 100 pounds, 9 feet. That's still a giant fish, but so tiny for marlin. So small. I did see a description of that. They're blue greenish, and I was like, I don't know, that's not that blue greenish. And then there was like a blue green brownish kind of thing. Again, they're not white marlin. They're not white. It's not like there's an albino marlin just fucking swimming around out there. I mean, maybe there's an albino marlin. I don't know, but they're still blue on top. It's a little bit more of a, greenish, brownish, kind of a muddier blue from what I could see. And they have a pale belly, and they have these really light stripes on them. They're not like the striped marlin. They're very faint, for lack of a better way of putting it. Not too much. The one thing I got that was like, hey, this is what really sticks the white marlin in its own category. There's dots on its dorsal fin. There are black dots on the dorsal fin. And so like, if you find one, if you catch one out in the Atlantic, one thing you can tell is that separate it from the other marlin is that dorsal fin. It's got some black spots on it. I was like, whoa, okay.
Yeah. Dude, I don't know. I'm looking at these pictures. I have no idea. What the hell?
You just fucking set me up for what I basically wanted to close this off with. All this research, all this looking at photos, all this like individual looking into each species.
Yeah.
I still don't fucking know how to tell them apart if I caught one.
No, I'm looking at
no fucking clue. I could tell the striped one apart probably because I would just go by location and be like, I'm over here and it's got hard lines on it. Okay.
Dude, from what we were talking about.
Yeah.
That's a white. It says it's a white marlin.
Yeah.
No way.
How's
from
that
what
not
you
a blue
just
marlin?
said? Well, and from what you just said with the sizing, that's a man laying next to that.
Yeah, but 9 foot,
that one's
100
massive,
pounds, dude. 9 foot still.
Yeah.
The small ones are 9 foot. That's a 6 foot.
That guy's probably
dude.
like, yeah, but it's probably 9 foot from the tail to the tip of the nose. That thing's got to be like 12 feet.
Yeah.
With that nose? Yeah, dude. It's.
I suppose, yeah, with that bill.
That tail goes past his head a couple of feet,
mm-hmm.
and to the front of the bottom lip is like a good 3 feet lower than his foot. Then plus the length of that nose, that's got to be like a 12-foot fish.
Yeah. So you're going, no, that thing's a blue marlin, dude.
I think
that's a blue one. They misidentified it.
Yeah, I think the people putting the pictures out here. And then this picture of a white marlin looks exactly like, well, maybe this is even like just an advertisement. It's saying like white marlin for sale.
Well, don't buy it. For sale. It's not marlin.
Yeah. Well, and then it doesn't even say, here's your first clue on not to buy this. It says white marlin for sale off 64%. No, that's wrong. You said it weird.
Nope. Mm-mm.
I'm not gonna buy it. That's weird.
But I'm telling you, dude, this was it. You set me up for my closing line. I still fucking have no clue how to. I could tell a marlin from a sailfish now, because a sailfish really has that big dorsal fin. Like that's a dead giveaway. You got to just pick up the dorsal fin. If it's got a little mohawk on it, it's a marlin. But that round nose instead of that flat, like sword like nose, then you know it's a marlin. Other than that, dude, you fucking put a white marlin next to a blue marlin. I fucking have no clue. No clue.
Dude. I don't know what this is. So I started looking at this, and it shows this white marlin, and these people apparently know what they're talking about, but it says that it's a $2.8 million marlin shows up for day 4 at the 2022 White Marlin Open.
Okay, how the fuck did they get $2 million out of that fish?
Dude, that's what I don't know. And I start scrolling down, and it's just showing all these different things. I didn't read into this. It says with 352 boats heading out for day 4 on the 49th annual White Marlin Open, we had a feeling that it would be a pretty busy day at the scales. I don't understand how this works, but it was an exciting day at the scales, and there are now millions of dollars up on the board thanks to some qualifying billfish hitting the scale. I don't know who's paying this out, but they're showing that these people are catching mahis. Third place got 20 G. Second place got 91K.
God damn.
But first place got 24K. I don't even know how that works, but they're showing all these different prices. The guy gets 18K for a wahoo. Second place gets 20K, so he did better. First place but they're showing all these different prices. The tunas. The first place tuna got 940K. The blue marlin got 960K for first place, and the white marlin, which I don't know if that's more rare, got 2.8 million.
How the fuck?
I don't know, dude.
Who is paying?
I gotta look at. I'm here first to tell you about some shit we don't know about. There's money out there with these things or something.
Or something. And
people can catch them.
They're not selling them. I mean, they're not selling the marlin. Unless it's in Hawaii, man. Which I found out. Like, there's some exception with Hawaii, and yeah, that's it. That's all I'll say, because I didn't look into it any further. Yeah. But there's some sort of Hawaiian exception. But like, $2 million. How can you turn two? It won't even be a ton of. How do you turn a ton of fish into more than $2 million in money? How the fuck? Even if you were selling just the fish alone.
Well, this seems to be like the competition. I don't know if this money's been like held over and just waiting for.
Oh,
I don't know, dude.
I see what you're saying. Like maybe nobody's turned in a marlin for years, and so it's like a pool of money that's just built up.
Yeah,
that's wild.
It was only 71.5 pounds.
Jesus. Yeah, there's no way they turned that into more than. There's no way they sold that fish. So there's something with the contest. Yep. 100%. Yeah, there's no way.
So, sorry for bringing up more questions than answers. I don't know what the hell's going on. We don't know how to tell the difference between the fish. We don't know how you're getting paid for these fish. We don't know what the fuck that tournament was. I don't know why I brought it up. We don't know shit.
Yeah. So let's hit the break and just go talk about some nostalgia and shit that we can remember.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Let's talk about some stuff we know about for sure.
I'll be honest. There's some stuff that I'm not entirely sure of. I'm just going
to. Oh, that's okay.
Memories are vague when you're a teenager, you know? We're all grown up
memories.
Now.
Yeah, we'll just talk about things we can't remember or how we remember it or whatever. But when we're talking about those fish, we're just throwing it out there. You don't have to go do the research on your own because there's not a lot of research to be done. We just gave you a bunch of like, what's that all about? Now you can think about it like we are.
Now you can think about it too. Perfect. Hit the break.